Hello everyone, to all the 37 of you loyal viewers. I just hope you're enjoying this three-part series and all the individual snippets that we've made only for you. I just have a request from you again. Don't forget to comment if you think we are right, if you think we are wrong. Cricket is a game of opinions and we really want to know yours. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we want you to gain access to our videos really as soon as possible. Thank you.
खिलाड़ी वाह वाह जियो खिलाड़ी वाह वाह
Then next on the poll we had Stuart Broad versus Waqar Younis. Uh, Again, a battle between an English and a great Waqar Younis, a proponent of the reverse swing. So we've got something new in the mix now. So what do you think about this, Tom? This matchup?
Well, do you know what? I want to let the other guy speak first on this because I think just the name Stuart Broad normally riles Australians a little bit. So I'd just love to hear them. I'll let them take the floor first of all.
Look, when he's bowling in England, it does rile us up. There's no doubt about it. Riles David Warner up as well, without a doubt. But I think Stuart Broad has been a fantastic bowler for England. Not taking anything away from him there, but I think the sign of a great bowler is when probably things aren't quite your way, especially considering the conditions. I think you change a Duke ball to a Kookaburra ball and get out of England and go to Australia or New Zealand, and Stuart Broad isn't quite the same. And I think his record is testament to that. And also the last Ashes series in Australia, he was expected to be the man to lead England's bowling attack in Australia, and he couldn't quite, pose the threat he does in England. So I think he's a wonderful bowler, does very, very well in England. I think for me, Waqar Younis was just something special. I think what he could do with his strike rate, I think it's only second to Dale Steyn on that list.
Yeah.
Oh,
just second to Steyn.
Ridiculous. Yeah. And just wicket-taking mindset, wherever he would go, it was always looked like taking a wicket, always having that attacking mindset. I think you're comparing two good bowlers there, but for me, it's Waqar. Just unbelievable to watch, really.
One of my favourite memories of Stuart Broad doesn't actually involve him, but after the 2013 Ashes, there was the back-to-back series, and 2013-14, England came out to Australia, and I was out having a drink with friends in the city a day or two before the Ashes started. And there were three guys from the Barmy Army there, and they had a full life-sized cutout of Stuart Broad that they'd brought along to the pub with them, which I thought was fantastic. So yeah, he's that 2015 when he took, what did he take? 8 for 15. I can't remember.
8 for 15, yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes watch the highlights of that, and I pretend I'm English just so I can watch it and not cry. It's. I
think it's okay to watch it. I think it's okay to watch it when we've got the. And it hurts less when we've got it. But yeah, England Cricket put it up yesterday, I think, on Twitter again, and I have to see this. But no, what he could do with the ball, when he's on a roll, Broad, he's a special bowler because he's bowled some outstanding spells in South Africa as well. There was one, I think, about 10 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it in Durban? He turned the game on its head with 6 wickets, and when he got on a roll, he was a very good bowler to watch. So I'll give him credit there.
Yeah, and Waqar Younis, absolutely magnificent, obviously.
Yeah, I think you're all being very, very kind to Broad, and I'm sure there's another side to you, which we could see another time. But yeah, I think when you say Waqar Younis to me, I just think of in-swinging Yorkers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And we talk about like number 11s being awful at batting, but he made some very good batsmen look awful at batting as well. And I think we all know exactly how this poll's going to go. For when you've looked at some of the stats and some of the strike rates that Charbel just mentioned. But one thing I'll say about Broad as well is he really has kind of like reinvented himself on more than one or two occasions. He kind of started off as we were like, is he a bit like Sam Curran at the moment? We were like, well, he can bat brilliantly. Maybe he'll bat at number 5 and he'll be a batting all-rounder. And then he kind of turned into the enforcer, and we were going to get him to bowl bouncers all the time, and that didn't really work. And going back a couple of years ago, it really looked like his career was on the wane, and he was on his way out. Even this time last year, he'd only played 2 of the tests, I think, in the West Indies and only 1 in Sri Lanka. And then he just, absolutely fired back in the Ashes and was just absolutely incredible. And he does just love playing against Australia, which again probably is why he endears himself to a lot of the England fans. But one thing I'll say about Broad as well is DRS. He is lethal. If you gave him the opportunity to review every decision that goes against him, he would. So that's just another.
He does it anyway.
Exactly. But that's one of the beauties of him. You just know he will be convinced. He's convinced it's out if he's got the ball in hand. If he's batting, he's often convinced he's not out as well, even though he's blatantly edged it, which we've seen on a few occasions. So yeah. Well done, Broady, but I think Younis is probably going to take this one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jeff Thompson actually has him covered there. I remember Jeff Thompson was commentating once, and it was the last ball before drinks. It was an overseas test match, and they're going to throw back to the Sydney studio. It was a big appeal for LBW. It was not out, and they showed on the replay it pitched about a foot outside leg stump, and then it would have hit the stump, so it pitched about a foot outside leg stump. And Jeff Thompson said, well, I don't know what the umpire is doing there. That was plumb. And they threw back to the studio in Sydney, and the studio guys go, I think Jeff Thompson doesn't know the LBW law. And they're like, he genuinely does not know the law.
I think one thing I'll say about Stuart Broad was when he pitches the ball up, I think he's a different bowler. I think when England tried to get him to be that enforcer, it was in the 2010 Ashes series. I think he played a couple of tests before getting injured. He was bowling a lot of short stuff, and that's what England wanted him to do. I think there was a series in 2011, India came over to England and he just started all of a sudden pitching the ball up fuller, and then he just took a bag full of wickets, and then he just went upwards from there. So credit to him. Again, like Anderson, his longevity has been outstanding, and he's been a great servant for English cricket, so credit, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing of Waqar, Waqar and Wasim, they didn't really have the best off-field relationship. But because of that, they just got annoyed when the other guy took wickets. So that turned out to be great for Pakistan. And as an Indian, I've always been so jealous of the factory of fast bowlers that Pakistan has. They just keep coming with the next great guy.
Incredible,
so, the result of the poll was, of course, Waqar has much better stats, but Broad had the longevity. But Waqar took it by 70% of the votes.
Hey!